I'm just stretching. Try any or all of this at your own risk. Sometimes I talk about whatever's on my mind while I do this, and sometimes I just stretch. So without further ado, here I go. And also, actually, before I start, I love stretching. I find it to be relaxing. I personally think it's good for me physically. It just feels good. So yeah, that's why I do it. Anyway, you can mirror me or just do your own thing. I'm just sort of stretching whatever feels natural to stretch, feels good to stretch. So yeah, now I'll actually start. Oh. And it would be more ideal if I could have a camera setup that allowed me to record from head to toe, toes to head. But this will have to do for right now. You know, it seems like common sense that most people would try to be as healthy as possible, but yet many people do things that are not conducive to health, like drinking excessive amounts of alcohol or smoking cigarettes, or driving too fast, or eating too much unhealthy food. And of course, moderation's key. But I mean, if you just look at, you go to the store and you just look at people, you can just tell that in theory anyway, they could be making more healthy choices. So are they really trying to be as healthy as possible? Maybe they think they have limitations. Maybe they have self-discipline issues. I think they have problems feeling like they can effectively control and regulate their own behaviors. That's unfortunate, but perhaps a reality. Oh. Yeah, it definitely just feels good to stretch. Ooh. And again, try any or all of this at your own risk. I do little small ones, medium ones, big ones, other way, big, medium, small. Ugh. I'm gonna reach down and touch my toes. Oh. Keep my legs straight. Once I touch the floor with the tips of my fingers, I put my fingers like this, and then try to touch the floor with this. Oh. And I feel way more of a stretch with that. And once I do that with this, I make fists and I try to touch with fists. This is actually pretty hard. And I can just barely do it when I really give myself a push. Oh. And right now I'm on my toes, stretching my toes, this way and that way. So, I make some Qigong videos too sometimes. And Qigong means life energy cultivation. It's sort of similar to stretching, and it actually, definitely has some basic stretching, but it's a little different. This is a yoga warrior pose, I believe it's called, warrior 2, I think. My legs are about 1.5 or 2 shoulder width apart. Right now they're pointing this way, and mostly that way. Actually, this one is pointing that way, sort of at a 45-degree angle. And the other, this left foot is pointing that way. And now if I switch, this right foot is pointing that way, and this back foot is pointing like a 45-degree angle that way. And my right leg is more bent right now than my left leg. I might end it right about there because I feel like I got a good little stretch going. But before I do, a few things. I hope you know what they are, and if you don't, I hope you look them up because I don't think I'll give definitions right now. But aeroponics, aquaponics, vertical farming. I hope you know what those are. I also recommend a book called Abundance: The Future is Better Than You Think, by Peter Diamandis, and I think co-authored by Stephen Kotler. And I'll define those for you real quick, just in case you didn't know. Aeroponics is when they use sort of a water nutrient mist to water crops, and it can be done using very little water. And it's done sort of it can be done in a controlled, sterile environment. It has to be done in a controlled environment. And then aquaponics is when they use a combination of fish and plants, and they have the fish here, they feed the fish, they take the dirty water from the fish, feed it into the plants clean the water enough so it can go back to the fish, and also the dirt in the water, the detritus, feeds the plants, cleans the water for the fish. So you get a protein harvest from the fish, and fruits and vegetables from the plants, and it can be a pretty efficient system when done properly. It's a pretty new thing. And then vertical farming is when they take buildings and then they have farming on different floors, and they can use the sun from the outside of the building plus artificial lighting, and then in combination with things like aeroponics, hydroponics, aquaponics, and it can be a very efficient setup. So, and the book Abundance talks about it in detail. There's other, if you type any of those into a search engine, you should find an internet search engine, and you should find an abundance of information about all those. So anyway, yeah, that's an aside. I got thinking about that. But yeah, I'm just going to do a little more stretching. I just had the urge again. But, it feels good. Yeah, so that's an aside. Anyway, thanks for watching. Try any or all of this at your own risk. Please subscribe, watch my other videos, visit my websites, and have a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon, or night, whenever and wherever you may be.